spoken with someone on the superintendent level and you were there, how is that? How political is that level? Because, people feel like once you get to a certain position, it's like, oh, okay, well, you should be able to make these changes. You should be able to do this. You should be able to do that. How much control do you actually have over the school system or school district at that level? I see you shaking your head.
Superintendent doesn't have. Yeah, the superintendent doesn't have control. It's unfortunate, and
Yeah.
one, I was a superintendent in also Mississippi.
Mm.
I wrote one of my books about it. I wasn't from Mississippi, so I didn't understand the landscape. But yeah, I was held at gunpoint. They would cut the brakes to my cars and all those kind of things, just because I was educating students that didn't look like them at a high level.
This isn't
And as a
figurative. This is actual.
No, this is actual. Yeah, I wrote a book about it. This is a real, kind of a documentary style narrative. But yeah, no, I mean, they would cut my brakes several times. I would be driving on the highway and no brakes. And and I was jogging in my neighborhood and they put up with shotguns, just like Ahmaud Arbery, but I just happened to, run in a zigzag and run through the woods and with the,
Oh
grace
my
of God,
gosh.
I made it. And so, but 4 years and we became one of the, top performing, growing schools in the state of Mississippi. But the point is, at that level, it is political, and your board is could be helpful or destructive. And I thought I was the boss, but I'm really just making recommendations to board members. And I
Mm.
had board members who, and again, this is not in a disrespectful sense, but I had board members who didn't even graduate from high school. But yet they're
Mm.
telling me, what I'm saying is wrong on how to educate kids. And so, or people that have their hand in the money, and
Oh
so,
my.
money is a big persuasive thing, and or the fact that a lot of people, if you look at the, kind of political landscape, a lot of people's roots come from being on the school board. And for some reason, people use the school board as a platform to start their political career. And
Mm.
therefore, they try to make a splash or make a noise, and they pick something that they can, drag their heels in and go against and, rah, rah, rah. And it has nothing to do with children. It has to do with them trying to garner support, and their fan base and those kind of things so that they can move on to other careers. And so, yeah, so there's a lot of things that have nothing to do with children. But I also seen great school boards, and I seen great school
Mm.
boards, meaning that it's not a rubber stamp board, but they work hand in hand with the superintendent, and they listen to the recommendations and those kind of things, and they do great things for kids. And so, but yeah, it's a political aspect, and then even if you take away the political part of it, let's say I have 20 or 30 schools. Well, I can't be in those schools every day. There's no way that I'm the one that's taking credit for that change. I believe that the principal is the CEO of their building, and I believe in site-based management. So as a superintendent, my role is to provide services so that they can do the best that they can to make decisions and or have the resources to support the people who are in the classrooms, who are have the most impact. Yeah, but I can't tell a teacher what to do. I don't have a relationship with that teacher. And actually, even a principal, telling the teacher what to do, and then that teacher goes to the classroom, close the door, and they do
Yeah.
whatever they want, right? Because you can't be everywhere at once. And so it's a way that you have to empower people and have horizontal leadership, not vertical leadership, not top down leadership, but it has to be horizontal, where you're very collaborative and you're getting everybody in on the decision making process and have buy-in and feel worth, and those kind of things. I mean, we don't value our teachers enough. We don't value our administrators enough.
Mm.
And then the other issue is that unfortunately at schools, like we lost who our customer is. Everybody
Mm.
thinks the customer are the adults, and the customer are our children and their parents. And there's no other industry that disrespects the customer
The
over
customer.
the
Yeah.
employee per se. And so, We do what's convenient for us, not what's convenient and best for kids. And so that's kind of where those issues come in, is that we're doing, what we put the needs of adults over the needs of kids.
Mm.
Um, and
What,
so
in the
yeah,
name
and
of
so
classroom management, in the
in
name
the
of
name of
making sure y'all sit
everything.
down and be quiet, like, you
Oh man,
know.
it's just yeah, it's kind of wild sometimes when you see. And then the other thing is that they said we sit on more data, or just as much data, as a Fortune 500 company,
Yeah,
but we don't do anything with it but record history.
yeah, I was gonna say
Pass
nothing
fail,
productive with
present
it.
not
Mm.
present. Yeah, we just pass fail, present not present. The students here, this is their grade. Um, those kind of things, as opposed to where companies, they know more about their customer, they know more about their end user than anyone, and they make decisions based off that. I can Before I walk in a store, they know what I'm going to buy, and they know how to
Mm.
influence what I'm going to buy. I can just talk while I'm looking at Facebook, and all of a sudden there's ads on whatever it is I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, everything
What?
is personalized towards me, but we don't personalize a student's education journey at all. We do
Mm.
what's convenient for us.